What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be doing another model on the Genesis. And what we're going to be doing today is installing the Mishimoto Intercooler. And what we're going to be doing today is installing the front mount intercooler by Mishimoto. And it is the street kit, not the track or the race one. So this one is the street one, so it is a little bit smaller, but it serves its purpose. So no, I did not open this box on purpose. It came opened and I really don't know why. So I just opened it up to make sure all the parts were in there before I started the install. So opening this up now, you got your intercooler right here in the box. Okay. And then you got all like your little your elbow pieces, and then you got all your tubings in here. And what it looks like, there is no instructions in here. I don't know why, but I guess they expect you to figure it out yourself or go on YouTube. There's no instructions. But first thing we're gonna be doing is taking off the bumper, and we'll get right into this. I forgot to say it again. Once again, this is off genracer.com, like normal, where I get most of my stuff from. The first thing you're gonna want to do is take off your bumper. So you're gonna have to take off this piece here that goes to the intake. There's gonna be 4 screws up top, and then you're gonna have to taking off the 6 screws that are right here in the front. I'm sorry, 8 screws. So you have the 6 here, and then 1 on either side, and then you're gonna have 4 underneath the car over here, and then you're gonna have 2 inside the wheel well that connects it to the front to the fender, and then you're gonna have 2 on that side as well. And then once you do that, the bumper just could come right off. Now you got the bumper all off, you want to come up here by the stock charge pipe on the hot side, and if you come around here, there's going to be a little clip that you're going to go ahead and squeeze together right there. And then when you squeeze that, you want to go ahead and just pull it down on the tube, just so you'll be able to pop this off of right here. So where this clamp was, it was like behind here, like I couldn't reach it with the channel locks, so I skipped this one for now, and it went over back to where the turbo is. And there's going to be the same thing here, so you can just go ahead and pinch this and this will come right off. And now that this is loose right here, you want to go ahead and loosen up this bolt right here. This bolt right here is a 12mm, and it should just come right off if I know how to use a ratchet.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Yo, these washers are stuck on here. Oh yeah.
That's what I was telling you. That's what I was telling you. Pull from the back.
Okay, here you go.
You like that?
Hold my nuts.
No problem, sir.
Oh, I just shot a little pro tip.
Oh. Now that the hot tubing is off from the turbo, if your clamp was in the same spot mine was, you should be able to reach it now, because now this moves quite easily. Come on, buddy.
Just pull out.
It's gonna slip.
Oh yeah, we pulled out, boys. Woo! Pulled out. All right, so now the hot side is done. We're gonna go over to the cold side and see what we got over there. Now over on the cold side, before you start removing these pipes away, you want to go ahead and you want to remove the sensor that's down here. I heard that it's a little annoying to get to, but it's right down here. You want to go ahead and just pull this off. I don't even know how. Oh, okay. Oh, full send. It's just you push this guy down and pull him right out. Now what I recommend to do is just to cover this up with like tape or something, because you don't want to get any dust or anything that's in your engine bay inside here. We're just gonna cover this up for now. Alrighty. Now this here, you can just throw it off to the side or leave it like that, and then you're good. Now from here, Hyundai was not kind enough to give us a security hose clamp. So it's gonna be a little more annoying. So either you can use your channel locks, or you can grab a pair of pliers, and you gotta go ahead and work your way by just twisting that off. Oh yeah. Hello. Alright, now the cold side has been removed. And now the only thing that's holding this in is the intercooler down low.
Oh, upwards. Good.
Oh yeah. Ooh. Little stuff. Okay, boys. We're getting there. Got some oil.
Alright, to pull out the intercooler itself, we're gonna pull it out from the bottom, not the top, because the radiator and the fan is there, so it makes it a tight fit. So we're gonna pull it out from the bottom, but first things first, we're just gonna get rid of the tubing on each side of the intercooler, just so when I pull out from the bottom, just the intercooler is gonna drop, no like hosing or tubing or anything else. So the tubing is the same as it is up top. We got one here, and then we have one on the opposing side. So then after that, the plan is to push the intercooler up. And when you push it up, right here it gets loose. I'm gonna push up and pull it in towards the car, and the intercooler itself should detach.
Alright, and also, there's gonna be 2 bolts right in here if the camera wants to focus. Come on, buddy. Right there. There's 2 bolts right there. I took one out. That's holding the intercooler into the radiator. These 2 bolts gotta come out. They are both 10 millimeters. You got 2 on this side, right here, and then you're gonna have 2 more on that side. And then the intercooler should be free from the radiator. And also, these pieces right here gotta come out before you put. Also, these pieces right here gotta come out before you put the new intercooler in. These pieces should just slide right up in the groove, and this piece should just pop right out. You have one here, and you also got one on that side. So just pull them out, and you're good. Now that the intercooler is off, it's all out. Here it is, garbage. You have your new brackets here, and if you come a little closer, you have more of like a flatter side, and then you have more of like the circular side. It's gonna go up into your car like this. You're gonna have 2 holes, one right here, and then one about here. Anything good? Oh, full send.
Send it!
Alrighty, so this just goes right into here, just like that. You have your lock washer in between here. This just goes right into here, and it's with the 10 millimeter bolt. And these here, you can just leave them loose for now until you get the intercooler into place. So you got one here, and then you have one right here. And they're just gonna stick out just like that. So we had a little issue with the bolts that Mishimoto supplied us with. The bolts that we were given are a little too long. I don't know if that was on purpose or it was an accident, I don't know.
Yeah, it was on purpose, they pranked you.
Yep, that's it, Mishimoto pranked me. So if you look here, the bolt, I had to cut, like, if you can see there was a piece of plastic going across, I had to cut it so the bolt was able to go through, because if not, it would have been hitting. So I just used a pair of dikes, cut it out, and that's it. But your alternative options is, you could A, get a smaller bolt, B, you could cut the bolt, or C, you can just send it like I did.
Or D, maybe get the right bolt chip to you.
That too. So you want to go ahead and do this on this side, and then same thing on this side, which this is in the way, so I might have to cut it from the back. Guys, by the way, we got Brendan here helping us out today.
Daddy, there, Brim. Yo, show the cube.
It's a little dirty, don't mind it. Dirty piece of shit.
Oh.
Alright, what's going on?
Alright, so here we got the UPS truck, and we also have the brackets. Chris put the brackets on, and now after they were fastened, we just threw the intercooler into place. But when throwing the intercooler into place, make sure the brackets are loose, because you have to adjust them. They're not straight. They angle out a little bit, and then after they angle out, you just want to kind of play with it more, fit it into place, and then you have 2 more bolts that go from the bracket into the intercooler itself. And once again, you're not going to want to make these 4 tight yet, because you want some wiggle room to play with when putting in the hosing. Here we go, guys. If it wasn't for Mishimoto's beautiful fitting couplings in this case, we wouldn't have a pro tip. Mishimoto, I don't know if it's like their reasoning for it, but they make these super tight to get on, and it's not an easy fit, like nearly impossible. So pro tip, bring them back the heat gun. Just heat up the end that's going to go onto the intercooler. Heat it up, but I mean before it's on the car, of course. Heat it up, whatever. And once you have it like hot, just mold it right onto the car and it's gonna fit. We're gonna do the same thing on the other side and for the rest of them. Anything like this silicone material, like the couplings, heat up the end and then proceed to put it on. So it kind of, it's hot and it expands more. Once it goes on, it'll cool down and it'll go back onto the size. And this one here, this coupling is the 2.5 inch straight coupling. So look for that on the bag, and that's the one that goes on the driver's side of the intercooler, which is the cool side.
This piece here is going to be going on to the cold side. So first, before you put this on, I recommend putting on the, this is the 2.5 inch 90-degree elbow piece. And this is going to go up and through here, right by your fan. I can't do this with one hand, but it goes up into here. And this piece goes right to here. And I recommend putting on the T-bolt clamp before you run it all through and connect this, because you're not going to be able to get to this piece here unless you took out your fan. But in that case, we did not do that. And before I forget to tell you guys, the piece here that goes onto the throttle body, this is the 2.5, and then this side is the 2 3/4. This is the so 2.5 to 2 3/4 coupler goes right here. And then after, when you get your cold pipe piece connected, you're throwing the clamp on right here. And before you guys put this piece in here that goes into the throttle body, you have to put the sensor back on. So you want to go ahead and take it off the stock tubing here, and there's 2 bolts right here that are both 10 millimeters. So it should be bolted off of this one, put it into this one, connect back the sensor, and you call it a day. More issues for a change. All the T-bolt clamps that they came with, I felt like they were too small and made this install 10 times harder. So all the 2.5 inch T-bolt clamps, I'm using the 2.75, or in my language 2 3/4. I don't use decimals. So all the 2.5s are now 2 3/4. And so you're probably thinking you're gonna run out of clamps. I ran to my my auto parts store here, and I'm also using hose clamps now. I'm no longer using the T-bolt clamps. Personally, don't like these. So I'm using all hose clamps as well. So you're gonna see a mixture of both hose clamps and the T-clamps. And all my hose clamps that I bought are all 1/4 inch bigger than the ones you're supposed to use, just because it's easier to put on the silicone tubing. So you guys are more than welcome to go out and spend a few extra dollars on bigger hose clamps, because it does do the job a little bit easier. So this piece is all in. I have it nice and tight over here, and the elbow piece, the 90-degree 2.5 inch elbow piece, we actually put it on through the top piece here. So we connected this piece here, and then the 90-degree elbow piece, we put it onto here first, and then put it down into the behind the intercooler. And then there you have to throw on your 2 more clamps. We have 1 on at the moment. We still have to throw on the other one. And then afterwards we have to put another one here, and then another one right here. Little update, put on the combination of the bolt clamp, the T-bolt clamps, and hose clamps. And this is a good reason why I don't like the T-bolt clamps, because up here, as you see, this is the only 3-inch T-bolt clamp that came with it, and it just fit on there. This is a 3-inch. But if you come down here, this is where a 2.5 inch T-bolt clamp is supposed to go. And if you look, once you have it around, if you look, it's like nearly impossible to try and get this in. And I really don't have the patience to do this. So T-bolt clamp, no good. I prefer not to use that. Over here I have a hose clamp. This is 2 3/4. So not only is it 1/4 inch bigger in diameter, but it's going to be easier to connect back up again. So just slide this guy right in here. This guy goes right in here like this. Just like that. You grab your 9. I purchased this from a place by me. It is not metric. It is 5/16. So just like that, this piece is on. So much easier than trying to put on a T-bolt clamp. So that's what we're going to be doing. You guys have personal preference of your own, either hose clamp or T-bolt clamp, your choice, guys. So we're now onto the hot side over here, and we put the this piece in here, right into the turbo, and this piece here is the coupler from 2 1/4 to the 2 1/2, and then from there we have our T-bolt on here, and then this one here is just loose. We have to slide this one on and put this over here. So this is all good. And now we're working on the piece down here, and I have this. I'm having quite a hard time trying to fit this piece in here due to this little cooler over here. So that's where we're up to right now, is trying to fit this here with all these lines here. The hot side is completely done. We have the coupler here that connected this upper hot charge pipe from the turbo to here. This piece here is the 2 1/4 inch coupler on both sides. It's 2 1/4 diameter. We put the two clamps here. I used a hose clamp and then a T-bolt clamp here. These are 2 1/2 inches. And then down here, we managed to snug this in here. It's gonna be a super tight fit here. You kind of like wiggle it here, but everything else is all in. Everything's all. Make sure you tighten these guys up. If you want, you can go around and make sure each hose clamp or T-bolt clamp in your case are all good, and make sure that you connect your sensor back up here. So go ahead and take the tape back off. And go ahead and plug it back in. After that, everything seems like it's all in place. All right, guys. So that's pretty much it with the Mishimoto Street intercooler install. Was not as easy as I expected it to be. Every video on YouTube, especially made by Mishimoto, all took the radiator out and the fan behind it out because they thought you'd be also replacing the radiator. In my case, I only put in the intercooler, so I did not take out the radiator and the fan. So you had to pull it out from the bottom. Mishimoto made it look it was like a piece of cake, which it really wasn't. So there's a bunch of flaws with this intercooler, as I realized. So I don't know how it's gonna perform, but we'll see how that goes. All right, so that's pretty much it on this very tight fitting intercooler install. It does fit, but super tight fit. But any questions, any concerns, or any ways I should have done this, please let me know, and I appreciate it. See you guys.